Welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa,
And I'm still Sharyn.
and we appreciate you all coming back to see us each and every week. We look forward to Wednesdays because we love seeing the comments after you all view the video. So
Yeah, we do.
keep them coming, keep them coming. So before we get into today's topic, I want to say two things because Aries season is coming. So for my fellow Aries, we getting ready to get ready.
Yeah. Someone's got a birthday coming up soon.
Exactly. And the second thing is the shout outs. The shout outs. Our first shout out goes to Amanda H. Thank you for watching Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. And thank you for your comments. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Kay Stu. We thank you, Kay, and we appreciate you. And last but not least, today is Marley Mar. Hey, and thank you for being a subscriber with Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you take the time to do this because we do we read all the comments and we try to respond to them all. A couple of them slide through the cracks, but I would say that we really, we look forward to reading the comments and that you're taking the time out your busy day to respond to one of the conversations. So thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's get into today's topic.
Ooh, let me look at the exit door first, because they're gonna pow us on this one.
I know, but it's just a matter of opinion.
It is
Sharyn and Rosa's opinion today because we just have
and
the space and platform to do it right now.
Right, an opinion, our experience, no judgment. I don't care if it goes right, left, up, down, in and out. It's just we have conversations.
Absolutely. So we will be talking about top or bottom. What does that mean?
Butch or femme.
What does that mean in the lesbian world or lesbian land of Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa? So do you want to start out with the top or bottom? Look, or do you want me?
Well, I want you top or bottom. Well, look, again, it truly was just a conversation.
This is not rated X, by the way, just so y'all know. It could get rated X, but it's
it can get what?
It could get rated X.
No, we're all mature. We're grown enough and respectful enough and intelligent enough to have these kind of conversations. But, of course, it started with a conversation with me and Sweetness over here. Mm-hmm. And it's just interesting because just between the two of us as a couple, more or less as a married couple, we have our own. We everyone does, but we have our own opinions about things and experiences before we became a couple. But I'm older, and hell, I was 17 years old when Rosa was born. So I was out there. I've been gay all my life, been out there over 50 years. So being who I am, so saying all of that, I still got questions with our self-identities and how we present ourselves and why is it this person feels, not why, but how this person may feel so very male connected and go through the world looking like that, and which is wonderful and fine and it's all good, and when another person chooses not to be at all. And then once and the other thing with that, with the roles, self-assigned roles, because it only matters to us in our world,
right.
In lesbian land and beyond, but it matters to us. And with that, all this preoccupation with sex. Right. And when I say preoccupation, it's not that I feel that we are preoccupied with it, but I think we fall into it and pour into it and assign ourselves with it's like, well, long as we can do and long as it's all good, and it's like sex is the only thing that's on our mind. and then we get upset when people see us that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know
But
what I
people
mean?
do visualize the gay world. Just
Well, they do.
everything we do is just sex.
Right. I don't
And it's
even know
like
when
that.
they eat because they're just having sex all day.
Yes.
And the men get it's a harder idea to even grow beyond that because
Right.
people, once you say, oh, my cousin's is gay, my son is gay, my whatever, I got a gay male that I work with, and all they can just think of like, oh, men having sex with men.
Right.
And then if you come out, and you're open with yourself as a woman, and you're just like, oh, they see you as a person, but it's just, I think we beat our own drums a bit too much about it.
Right.
But that's just me.
But that's
me.
because within the circle of lesbian land, we, as you say, assign ourselves whatever role we're comfortable with, and some are more male connected. And so when you sign yourself that role, then what does that role look like? Like
Right.
you have to now, act
A
the
certain
part,
yeah, and says
look
who.
the part,
Right.
So, and that's the whole thing with this whole top and bottom. It's like, why is there a top and bottom? So
Right.
if you are loving someone and you are sexually active with them, why is there a certain role? Why is it not just go with the flow?
Right, and that we just love each other, and we're
Exactly.
expressing it in a different way today. And
Right.
it's just a question, folks. And for the record, because I start with us first, but looking at me, people may just like, oh, well, she's a decent woman. Oh, she's a kind person. Oh, and then somebody else may simply say, that old dyke, she been butch since '68. Oh, whatever. And you know what? Perhaps to some people that's what they see, and that's what if you think that, you see it, and if you're talking to me, maybe you just see that. Other people, I just see myself as a woman named Sharyn. Other people may see something different. I've never bought into the looking like a man, feeling like a man, walking down the street kicking garbage cans. Grace Jones.
But do you
Grace
consider
Jones.
yourself? Oh yeah, that was Grace Jones.
That's Grace
But
Jones.
do you consider yourself more male connected though? than
Mentally, wait a minute. Well, that's a good question. Mentally, I do. But the other part of me, and remember, y'all, I'm a Gemini. The other part is just I'm as much as woman as anybody else. I always have, and will die saying this. I love the company of women. I love being a girl. I love it. I
But
love it.
with that being said, if you could think back to, since you've been gay and the partners that you've had, who's top and who's bottom? Because since you have this male connected thing, you always come in thinking you have to be top.
Yes. Yes.
But that's the whole conversation
Yes, I do.
we're having.
But can I say that? Cause now I feel like I have to defend it even to my wife. But at least explain it. Yes, it was. I'm not insulted with it. You know what I mean? But don't assume that just because I'm gay that you know what I do and what I like. I bet you don't know. You know what I mean? Unless you've experienced me that way. And there's days, sometimes you feel like a top, and some days it's all bottom. I'm in the basement today, baby. You got to come get me. That's how I feel about it, But there's other people just like, well, you just too, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't kind of thing. I will never get Butch of the Year. Nope, I just never will. And I admire the women who are, though. I mean, I can't do that act because it's not genuine for me. I've met more women and been able to date more women talking about lipstick and makeup than anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't wear jeans. I don't wear boots. I don't even like sports that much. Had never seen a whole football game until I met Rosa. So whatever the preconceived stereotypes are, I don't think I think you would have to color out the line with me. I love who I am. I just identify as a black woman, a gay woman, and a very, very self-actualized woman. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. But that brings up a good point for me, because I really think it must come down to the self-identification of who's together. So for me, I consider myself, I'm femme because that's just my nature, and I'm a woman, and I enjoy dressing up, heels and makeup, and having that softer side. But I also have, normally been attractive to other femmes.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a role, you know. Like when you sexing each other, whoever is doing this is doing that. Whoever's at the bottom of that day or at the top, you know. To me, it wasn't. It wasn't a role. I didn't even start thinking about that until, I started dating outside of women just being femme.
Right.
So,
right.
and then I was just like, wait a minute, what do you mean? You got to be at the top, like
all the time.
I might want to run this ship today, and so
yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I think it just depends on who you're with then, and I didn't even think about that before.
Right, right. But so you think about it now.
It's like when you thought you always need to be at the top. That's because you always think that you need to guide the whole. Sexual experience.
Right,
and it's
right.
Like,
I'm the director.
Just because you're sleeping with a femme, they may be different in bed than they are out in the world.
Absolutely. And you don't know until you know.
Right.
So, having said that, and I appreciate your honesty, sweetie, because as you know, you guys know, we tape this. We don't rehearse. I do not know what Rosa's going to say to what question or the subject that's presented. I say this to repeat myself. I've always loved being a girl. Always. I enjoy our curves. I enjoy our breasts. I enjoy how we get moody, 4 days out of the month. Right now, as Rosa's starting, she's at the gate of menopause. I've been there, done that, and that's something we can relate to because I understand hot flashes and that it doesn't make sense how angry I am today that I dropped my muffin on the floor. Okay,
right.
Don't go off, baby. It's just a muffin, But I understand that because I'm a woman too. So with Rosa and I would tell you I'm still learning a lot in the sense that. I'm at a different time in my life, so we got chores to do around the house. So which one of y'all think, which one of us is the one who runs around cleaning all the day or would do it before the other one? Who? Which one of us is the housekeeper? And it's me. It's me. Okay. Now here it is. We're out in the yard and we got some things to do because we got guests coming and all. So in any event. We knew something, the water was leaking somewhere. Somebody had to get up on the roof. Guess who got up on the roof? And guess who you don't want to see me get my big butt up there on that roof, but you ain't gonna have me falling down and what happened to Sharyn? She was on the roof. No, Rosa's up on the roof. One, because she's not afraid of it. Number two, she's in great shape. You know what I mean? And so me and my old wannabe butch self ain't gonna get up on the ladder and go up on the roof. All I could see me plummeting to my death, right? So one might say, well, like, why would you let your woman do that? That's what you should do. No, whoever's best equipped to do it.
And that's exactly it. It's
right.
But when people see us and see the whole, well, she's more butchy, so maybe she's, cutting the grass outside and they thinking Sharyn might be the one doing that. And it's like, I don't have any problem. If I can do it, let's do it.
Yeah.
And,
So I say that if there were role playing, and there is to some degree, I've always been, as you say, the one who run things, and that's just who I am. I'm a take charge person. Let's get it done. Yesterday I'm already running late. You know what I mean? I want to hit the deck running, boom, 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 boom. But I live with this Aries, and she's spiritual. You know what I mean? She does it when the spirit hits her, which drives me crazy. Because I want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and have it done by 7 a.m. By 9 o'clock, I've already done my day's work. You know what I mean?
And it's not a spiritual thing. I do it when the spirit. It's like if Sharyn asks me to do something, and I have my own list that I'm doing something with. So hers is going to happen. It's just going to happen when I get to my other stuff or get to it. And yes, if I feel like doing it that day that she asked, then I'll get up and do it. But if not, it just depends on how important it is. So I don't even know why she's going with that.
Oh, I'm going with that because
when I get out in the yard, I'm out here all day. I'm normally out here all day.
Me too. Right. You're sounding sweetheart, you're sounding a little defensive.
Her back be hurting. She go inside. She got to sit down. I'm still out here. I'm just saying.
So, staying on point, to me, it's very important that I understand what's going on. There's been so many changes in my day when I was much younger, and I'm talking about 70s and 80s. Everybody was referred to as them old dykes. Oh, excuse me. Back in the 60s and 50s, them bull daggers. Who wants to be a bull dagger?
And what is a bull dagger?
What is a bull dagger? You know it if you met one. So I grew up with that, and yes, I grew up with role playing, and how I got assigned my role. I mean, I was out in the clubs, wasn't even street legal, was not 21. I'm 16 and 17 years old in nightclubs in Philadelphia. You know, for the gay ones. You know, Saxony West and everything. So, any event.
Like nobody remembers that, I'm sure.
No, only the people my age and who from Philadelphia. So anyhow, shout out to North Philadelphia, 30 years ago, 40. So here we go. So I'm in the club, but I got these two friends, and they were a couple. The girl name, doesn't matter what their name, but it was Joanne and her partner. Joanne was Butch times 5. I mean, you look in the dictionary, you say Butch, Joanne's picture's right there. And her partner was extremely femme. Okay, and for some reason we just got along. So, she knew I was a young thing, and she says, "Well, Sharyn, well, girl, what we gonna do with you?" She says, what do you think, top or bottom?" I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. You know what I mean? And she said, "Well, So she explained to me what it is, and she said, "Oh, you're probably a top." And from then on, they looking at me like I'm a dyke, and I'm like, "Who? Like the queen?" The queen bestows upon you
the title
dykehood, the dyke heir, El Dyko, So that's how I got labeled, right? And so I guess that meant if I was going to be the dyke, I was going to be the pursuer. I was going to be the initiator. I'm going to be the one that, no, you offer to buy a woman a drink. They don't buy you a drink. Who made up that rule?
Right.
Y'all made up some rules when I was sleeping.
Right.
So, and then of course I go into the Navy and meet all these women. It was like a kid in the candy store. So with all of that in my growing, learning, traveling, seeing, dating, and doing what I've done in the last 40 years, and still some things still amaze me. Some things have changed, and some things are remarkably the same.
Yeah.
I still love women. And one girl told me I wasn't butch enough because I don't wear jeans. She said, and she's saying, "You wear lipstick." Of course I wear lipstick. I'm a girl. So I remember when Rosa and I first met, and you guys, we've told you the story, but anyway, the first time I saw her in person, she had on a skirt. I know she's going to deny this. The skirt was this big. I never seen it. Looked like it could fit on a Barbie doll. Her skirt was this big, and I said, I said to myself, she's got beautiful legs, and where did you find that little skirt at? So
it was a mini skirt, but it wasn't that short.
Yeah,
if I bent over, you could not see my butt cheeks.
Oh well. One can make that argument. So, no, you couldn't. So, in any event, and when she told, we were talking, she said, "Sharyn, if I did not know you were gay, I just wouldn't know." And I took it as a compliment, like just the way I carry myself. Mm-hmm. Maybe you would just think I was a businesswoman, and I am. And I was definitely when I met you, you know what I mean? But I wasn't, I will never get Dyke of the Year award.
Oh, yeah, you were getting your hair curled and done. And,
oh, yeah.
We're wearing the whole lipstick.
Spent more time in the mirror than she did, you know what I mean? Like,
still does. She still does.
Well, it's harder for me to put all this together. Look, it's hard to make this look normal. This is the best I can do. I'm working hard. So with that, I immediately, when I saw her in the skirt, and even a couple of weeks before we met in person, it was the, I said, "Well, send me a couple of pictures of yourself," right? She sent me some pictures. One looked great, the other one looked fantastic, and the third one like, "What's your address? I'm coming over." I was like, "Who's got 6 pictures of themselves in dresses?" And I just said, "Well, so I'm not thinking she's femme, but I said maybe she's just a woman who just got a nice figure and feels comfortable wearing dresses, but she didn't strike me as the, I dropped a dime and I can't pick it up, because I'm too femme, and please take out my trash." So in any event, we, along with those pictures was also a picture of her on a motorcycle. And I'm like,
No, my football picture.
well,
I
your
think
foot.
I sent
Oh
that.
no, it was two of them. One was on a
Okay.
motorcycle, and I'm like, who, who are you? Right? Because they were just so different. And she plays football.
And
I
Sharyn won't let me get a new motorcycle.
No,
So y'all
what
need
do you
to
mean?
talk to
No,
her about.
no. Everybody's grown. Everyone's grown. You can get one if you want to, after I'm gone. Let that be your next one. Not right now. So what we're talking about is film, butch, how we come across to how we present ourselves in public, how we present ourselves around in our worlds, right? So Rosa, I'm thinking like, is she film, or is she part time? Does she, is she, some days I do and some days I don't. And so I'm wrestling with it because how do I see myself? I'm trying to be the one. I'm not trying to be, but I'm the one will let maybe pick you up and let me open up the door for you. Let me pick up the tab, and you know what I mean. And she's like, "Why are you doing all that? You don't have to do all that, boo."
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy looking femme if there's ever a certain look. But I enjoy just the whole part of that. But at the same time, I just want to feel the way I want to feel. So today, if I feel like I want sweatpants, I want sweatpants. I mean, I don't really put myself in a category, honestly. I just do what I do. And some days you're going to see me all made up. And some days you're going to be like, what is that, Rosa?
Well,
She looking jacked up.
right.
I might have been coming from a run or at the
Right.
gym or whatever because I've been hitting it hard lately.
Right. So,
Just kidding.
no, I can appreciate all that. I really.
But when I
can.
sent Sharyn a football picture of me, she was like, "Oh, your son looks nice." Because I mean, I had like full on. This wasn't flag football. This was
Showing
football.
up football.
It used to be. I used to play on a women's league in San Diego. Well, it was in North County, but I enjoyed it. And so I sent Sharyn a picture because I just wanted her to see like who she was getting with, like here are some of the pictures. And I have a lot of different looks. And so I just wanted to show her like
Some
you
of
either
those
like it
looks.
or you're not going to like it.
Right,
I mean,
right,
I am
right.
me. And she goes, "Oh, your son looks so cute." And I'm like, "That's not my son. That's me." And she was like, "Wait, what?"
Well, yeah. No, I've never dated a woman who played football. I know there's women out there who look at football, but I never met, I met a woman who played football, and I'm like, I'm like, what kind of new woman is you?
Right.
So, and as I'm going through my own thing, and I'm, definitely getting older, I'm definitely in my mid 60s, and I'm thinking, in my mind, I believe I'm really softening up. And soft in a good way. Not that I was hard before, but I realized my views aren't so strong as they once was. I don't have to arm wrestle for every point. It's just like, okay, boo, you be you.
And there's no top and bottom in our house. It's whatever we feel. You know what? Sharyn likes to think. She don't want y'all to know. But there's no top and bottom in our house.
Those of you who
I'm
know
so
me,
crushing her ego right now.
know me.
But I'm just saying,
We worked it out.
We just go with the flow. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and why do we need to feel like we have to have a certain position, like all the time? People get tired of doing the same thing all the time. Like, I don't want to play bottom all the time. I'm not a what you call pillow princess,
No.
and I'm not gonna just lay
you're
there.
not. No.
I need to be engaged. So if that means jumping on top, then sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay,
right?
without telling you
No,
all
I'm
our
just
business.
saying as an
I'm
example.
I'm kidding. I mean, it's a good example, sweet. I think they get it. So what we're talking about, I ain't blushing.
See, this is not rated X, so I'm shutting up.
No,
But
please
anyway.
don't shut up. So what we're talking about today is, for the butchers and the real films and film with 3 M's, it's all good. I'm not poo-pooing anything because, look, we're all in the same pool.
Absolutely.
But I just think there's a different, it's a different wind that is blowing. Things are changing. Old school butchers cannot deal with some of them cannot deal with the idea of 2 films being together. And you experienced
I've
that.
experienced that.
They were just like, what the hell, 2 films to who's fucking who?
No, I had a friend who she wasn't gay, but her sister was, and her daughter was like in a play, and so she invited me, and of course I was dating a woman at the time, and I bought her, and she would be considered femme as well. We both came with high heels and skirts
boom,
on
boom,
and
boom.
stuff.
Right.
And her sister, who was gay, she was with her girlfriend as well. She was just like, they together, how two femmes together? And it was the first time I had heard somebody even say that, and I was like, what she mean? Like, two people are together.
Two
that
women
enjoy
are together
being with each other.
Exactly.
That like each other. That's the way I looked at it. But I didn't look at it as two femmes. But in hindsight, yeah, I guess back then I was just looking at a certain person and not necessarily who is loving me and I'm loving them.
Right, and then you got to come from a certain category and self-identify a certain category. That wasn't even you. You didn't even know.
Exactly.
No. If I like you, I like you, and if I don't, you know what I mean?
Because I could have walked up with someone who looked more male connected or as you say, butch like. If they were, who I could,
connect with, maybe.
I have no problem with that.
No, yeah.
And again, so no judgment on anyone, but
not at all.
When people judge you, it's like, okay, I guess that's their opinion. I'm okay.
And then and I'll even be honest on this one, very honest and open about it. It was just like, people, two femmes together. Well, what about two butches being together? I think it's cultural. I think as black women, we plug into it more than others, and I've seen women of color, maybe Latinas, will plug into it in the sense of the femme with the butch.
Yeah.
And like I say, in us as blacks, and our history is so, well, y'all know our history. Right. So as some of that bleeds into all corners of who we are, and it's such a continuum out there, usually, and I'm talking about long ago, when people, if anyone said somebody was gay or that they were funny or they liked women, it usually was a woman who had more of a masculine flair to her. It wasn't the femme women can get away with it because, one, they look like you. But butch women, when you're walking around wearing your brother's sneakers and I don't mean the baggy pants because that wasn't out then, you know what I mean? But you wearing
like men looking
right,
pants.
You wearing the leather
dungarees,
vest,
yeah.
Right? And you got the boots and the dungarees and the maybe and it's like, hey, what's your name? TB. What? Those are initials. What's your name? It's TB. I'm like, okay, TB. You know what I mean? So I feel from the experiences I've had, why does it run so deep with us or deeper than other groups? You know what I mean? The butch femme thing, and all of us got some aunt who wasn't as feminine as your mother and other aunts was. You know what I mean? Like, should we tell her about Aunt Teresa? Y'all know Aunt Teresa who had the roommate for 45 years? Okay, they were together so long they started looking like each other. Right. You know what I mean? So I just think I walk away with just as many questions, but new questions. And who you are and how you present and how you relate is all your business, and it's all good. Yes. All we're saying today is, why does it matter? Does it matter who's top or bottom? And is it your business? Is it your business? And
well, it's not your business as far as
someone
else. But when you're in it with your partner, then it's your business, and you need to know where that person is coming in.
Right, and you don't have to wait to 13 dates later to find out where they're coming from, because, like I said, just from the initial impression, I can't do butch that well. I mean, when I was even at my youngest and great body, I was a tight 12.
But you think you are one?
Huh? No. If I had to line up with somebody, I probably would get my attitudes is male. No. I mean the outside of me. I look at the time. I looked great in dresses, so I wore dresses. As simple as that. But I also look good in a business suit. So all I'm saying, for me, I didn't look good when I dressed up or tried to dress more male connected. Because I look so much like a woman, and I am a woman, and I embrace that. You know what I mean? Some women can get away with that look, and I mean, I've seen dykes of the decade. I said, I give you credit, baby. You are working that look. I can't do it. I can't. I don't wear men's clothes because I'm a woman. And those little darts we have for our tits, because I got some. I've always had a big butt. It has merely gotten bigger. You see what I'm saying?
And I have never seen my wife in a dress ever.
and she lived her life and she died, and she never wore that dress. Haven't worn a dress I think since '98.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was like a professional thing. But anyway, so again, why does butch got to be so butch? Why does femme have to be so femme? Why can't we just be women loving each other and we don't have to deal with the labels? Because I will say this, and this is I'm being real with you guys. Some women bring something out in you that the other one didn't.
Absolutely.
And I've seen women who like they thought they were femme and somebody turned them out and like they butchered than your uncle will ever be. Because something changed.
Right.
You know, she tapped into the other part of her. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
it just depends on who you are too mentally. Like I've been told I have male connected tendencies, especially in the bedroom. Somebody told me that. But at the same time, I don't. That's not who I see myself as. So I don't subscribe to it. You know?
Yeah, you don't accept. Yeah, but again, different women bring different things out in you.
Yeah.
That's all I will say with that. You know what I mean? And you know, your performance with Joanne is going to be different than it is with Teresa.
Absolutely.
Because Teresa plays all positions, Joanne doesn't. I'm not poo-pooing the pillow queens out there, but I can't use you in my business. I really can't. I just couldn't do it. I mean, because I'm like, okay, when's my turn?
But you could back in the day when you thought you were supposed to only be at the top.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Right. That's true. But as I'm evolving, it touches all part of my development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look, why I got to do all the work all the time. So, you know, like, we have those honest conversations. I'm like, babe, that's a wonderful idea. Can you just hold that for about another 15 minutes? Because I'm tired.
That's so true.
You know, I mean,
yeah, do it in increments.
And there you be back in 15. Where'd you go? The movie's over. What's with the popcorn? And look, start Sade all over again. Turn on Sade. I'm better with Sade. Right. So we're making light of it, you know, and like I said, please, you know, when y'all start with the comments, we ain't beating up nobody.
No judgment.
No. I mean, I think it's the beauty of having so many choices and being so very diverse and being comfortable in your skin. I'm just telling you, my journey didn't turn me that way.
Okay.
And as I am aging, I feel that you're getting a kinder, softer Sharyn.
Okay.
I think. And and even, you know, with Rosa, I mean, I didn't know you 10 years ago. Right. But whoever you were at 10 years ago is not who you are today.
Absolutely.
Because so much has happened. So much growth has taken place.
Changed, yes.
Things have changed. You've been places you've never been before, mentally, socially, physically, all of that. And I just say, you know, with our lives, you know, not just me and you, but the greater friendships out there, that never say never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how two women get together, they're like, what the hell do they see each other? I didn't see that one coming. Well, it wasn't for you to see it coming.
Yeah.
Because it ain't about you.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just saying, if you're happy and you can hold it, go with it. Go with it. So okay, so again, next week we're gonna y'all gonna light us up with that. And for the record, if one has to be butch, which is a good thing, it'd be me. In my mind. You know, but you know, we go to the gym. When we go to the gym together, seldom if ever, because you know who she is. You know, she's working out, and I'm like, are you training for the next Olympiad? You know what I mean? Because she'd be doing it. So, you know, we on that.
I'm not that girl at the gym with the makeup on.
No.
And going from different exercises,
trying to look cute.
Different machine. Yeah. I won't be on something for a minute when I get there.
You be working out.
I gotta work it out.
Right. You there for, she is not the cutie on duty. She's out there doing it well. Me, I'm walking, babe. I'll be walking. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. And but there was a couple of questions. I think I wanted to ask you something.
You wanted to ask me?
No, I'm talking to our friends out in lesbian land. For the ones out there who are butch times 5, I mean, shown up, been butch from day one, butch now, you know, Do you ever see a day where you can change and or just become a different version of yourself and be comfortable with it? Because change is constant.
Yeah.
Change is constant, and I don't see me changing and wearing dresses and going to church on Sunday. But I've done a lot of changing in the last 20 years, and in the last 10 years, particularly when my former partner had died, and the next 5 years was. I don't know. I was just, dealing with the fact that I, was in this world by myself, didn't have anybody in my life loving me, and just having fun, acting crazy, giving parties, going to parties, and whatever. A lot was going on there. And now here it is. 10 years later, I'm a different version of myself. I'd like to think a better version, but there's been a lot of changes. Still wear lipstick, Matter of fact, I think Rosa and I, when we go shopping, it's one of those days, like, I think you took me with you, we were doing something, and I think the whole morning we were looking at different makeup. And I'm just saying, that was so cool. Because I'm wearing makeup too, now, because we film and everything, I try to look the best I'm trying to work with these 66 years. Trying to, is there another wrinkle? So, but I enjoyed that, and it doesn't bore me. She looks at sports. I don't care about anybody because I'm not playing. I mean, I love the Wham sisters. I love y'all, great, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to look at tennis because I'm not playing. Rosa will look at sports on television. She likes track and field. So now, and I say this because we're different. I just want to look at a cowboy movie. I want to look at a mystery or some sci-fi, whatever, and she just wants to know who's the fastest woman in the world right now.
I look at movies too.
You
like drama and
yeah, you do.
Maybe a little thriller.
We meet in the middle. We meet, and it's like, oh God, no. And then she goes through her thing of she only looks at movies with black people. Well, now that limits
That's
it.
Not true.
No,
I just look at black channel movies. So whatever comes on that. It's not necessarily all black people.
And I don't care who you are. Everything Tyler Perry does is not great. So, not that you said he
but
was.
I'm still going to look at it just to
and
determine whether it is great or not.
Yeah. So, okay. So as we get off the topic here. So, what we were talking about today and want to talk more about, because it's probably going to be a part 2 to this, because I know you butchers out there, the real ones, y'all going to light us up. You're going to light us up. So, in my younger years, or maybe not so younger years, when people are like, well, how did you get to talk to her? Like I said, just being a girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I wouldn't know how to work it if I didn't show my genuine self. No. So anyway, that's just me. So look, like we do every week, we're wishing you the best of all things good. And yes, I'm talking out of sequence again. So
that's okay.
Please forgive me.
That's okay.
What do you got? What do you got, baby?
I don't have anything. You pretty much said, stay woke.
This was fun. Ooh.
That's all I'm going to say.
No, stay woke. Okay, and we love you.
And we
love you.
We do love you. Thank you so much again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.